Hey friends, this is Wayne over at the Ram Man Inc. Don't forget the ink. Hey, I wanted to discuss hub rotor situation that's a little bit different. The early axle, our first gen we call it, that 1994 to 99, it's a little bit different than most people are used to seeing. The rotor goes onto the hub from the rear. Yeah, you with me? The hub is in front of the rotor. The rotor goes on to the rear. So, in order to get your rotor separated, you have to knock out the studs. It's old school, like the late 60s muscle cars. You had to pound out the studs and you just replace the rotor disc, you know. So it's the same kind of principle. So you have to knock out your studs, and so you can separate your hub and rotor, because this is your new locking hub that's come in your kit for the 94 to 99. So that's what you have to do. Now, on this axle, there is they list two studs. If yours are buggered up and you don't want to use yours, but just about everybody has, you just take your original studs and you put them in your new setup. These holes are all factory. We're all about factory, and nobody, I repeat, nobody has ever had any problem. Because I'll tell you something about these big studs. Ford, Chevrolet, and Dodge, they all held about the same specifications. If you'll check, they're all about a 619 knurl or a 625. That's just the way it is. They just did that just to keep it simple. It really doesn't matter. That's a long for a F550, that's for a Jeep. So that's why it doesn't make it all that troubling. But if you go into your specifications, they list two for that truck. The Dorman 610-380 is listed for the 7500 GVW, and the 610-419 is listed for the 8800. What you'll find is no auto parts stores have got this 419, because it's the same damn thing. The only difference is about 2/100ths of an inch. Are you with me? The specifications are the same. 619, 619, 2312 as versus. Now, if you get real hardcore and you really want to get analyzed, if you'll notice, there's no little shoulder right there. And on the 8800, you got that little bit right there. So, makes no difference whatsoever. But once again, the specifications are the same. 619 or 625, like I said all the time. They're always the same. That's just the way it is. So, this happens to be some 610-380s. We're done with that silly thing. Now we've just got this right here. So, look at there. That's what goes in them. That's what you gotta knock out, because your rotor fits right there. Holds the rotor and the hub together. So you take these out. And then you put them in your new hub. Now, somebody that tells me that they don't fit, well, I don't believe it. I don't believe it until they show me. So, here's your original hub. Those original holes right there are the Ford pattern, which is a little bit off. You know, we knocked those out. That's part of the process. We drill them, which is slightly smaller. The Dodge bolt pattern is slightly smaller than the Ford, always has been. And the Dodge rotor register and the wheel register have always been slightly smaller than the Ford. Even back in the muscle car days. That's so cool. That's why these have enough meat. We can spin them and cut them and make them fit. That's the God drop. So, the studs, since they all use the same size, they'll fit in the original Ford holes too. And so for somebody to say that those won't go down, or they're going to be loose when you knock them in or press them in or whatever method you're going to do, drive pin method or what have you, well, we'll summarize it. Anybody that says that they don't fit, they gonna have to prove it. Because I don't believe it. And Kate told me, I don't know, it's at least 700 on the road of this. So, nobody's had any problem. I tell you what, they are rare though. The early axle is quite rare. And it was weird because just a couple weeks ago, we mailed out 2 kits at the same time. And they were both 1997s. It really tripped us out. 97 and a 94. You know, because the 94 to 99 kit, it is our slowest mover. Those are older trucks. People don't spend a lot of money on them, and a lot of them are set out to pasture. But Brian's, he went out at the same time. 1997, there's his Ram 2500. These 2 kits went out the same day. Brian had no problems and is running down the Golden Road and Memory Lane, and the other old boy's saying that he's got all kinds of problems. This is too small, studs don't work. As stated in our instruction booklet, you really, really need to have these done by an ASC tech that knows what he's doing, somebody that's familiar with hubs. People get overwhelmed, and lack of incompetency will take most down a dark, dark road, which leads to poor results. God bless you. God bless America. And happy Mopar. Bye.